Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Front Porch here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree.
And hey guys, it's me, Imari.
And on the other side of the glass is Jared. It is Free Your Mind Friday. If you got something on your mind, you want to get it off your chest, give us a call, 504-582-9422. Of course, you can always reach out and hang out with us on the Front Porch on many of our streaming apps on Facebook, YouTube, and on Instagram. And yes, welcome to the Front Porch. Grab yourself a comfortable chair, a mug, or a tumbler of your favorite frosty or steamy adult beverage. Remember to mind your manners. Say good morning. And sit a spell with us here for the next 3 hours as we cruise the news with a New Orleans focused scope. And don't forget, we are home on the campus of Xavier University, located at the foot of the overpass on Norman C. Francis Parkway. My goodness. Good morning. How y'all doing? What's up? Hey, little girl.
Hey Ma,
How are you?
I'm amazing.
Are you?
Yeah,
We were just talking about your arms were hurting, so you're amazing.
but my arms
Say
do
more.
hurt. So I took a modern class last night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at the New Orleans Dance Collective.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there before, but it's been forever since I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
But I had fun. I like the teacher's like style of movements. Like he focused instead of focusing on like technique, he focused on grounding.
Mm-hmm.
And we did,
Anchoring yourself.
yeah, and we
Mm-hmm.
did this breathing exercise. We walk around, we breathe and like expand our bodies
Mm-hmm.
and then hold it and then breathe out and like collapse and then we keep walking. We'd repeat that over and over again.
That sounds pretty helpful.
It is.
Okay, cool. Well, I didn't do that last night. I had a plethora of things that I had to do
She was outside.
on last night, but I did breathe at some point or another. But good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your first. Well, no, not your first. What is this? The second or third weekend in July?
Probably.
I don't even know. I really don't. I barely know what day it is today. I did not make the best choices yesterday, but I did have an amazing time. So I don't know what kind of Free Your Mind Friday this gonna be, but it's gonna be Free Your Mind Friday, literally. DiCaprio, it's
Imari.
with an I. Imari. It is a derivative of Imani,
Which means faith.
and she tests my faith quite regularly.
Hey.
Listen, we're going to keep it a buck and call a thing a thing.
Hey.
For sure. But good morning. Good morning. Hey, DiCaprio. Hey, Mark. Good morning. 504-582-9422. Hello, Elwin.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
And how are we doing this morning?
Doing okay. Just
Good.
moving a little slowly this morning. What's going on?
I finished my exercise early,
Mm-hmm.
about before you came on the air, before 8 o'clock.
Oh, well, you've been busy this morning.
Yes, I am.
You must be feeling real good.
I am.
You
I'm
were
doing
good.
very well.
I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. So, what you got planned for this weekend? You got any concerts queued up?
I might check out that Aretha Franklin movie. haven't checked
Aretha
it
Franklin movie. Is that the one
Yeah.
with Jennifer Hudson?
Yeah, with Jennifer Hudson.
I feel like I watched that one. I don't remember how I felt about it.
You know, she was at that what you call that game they had last weekend?
The
Yeah.
World Cup?
Yeah, she was at the World Cup. She sung the national anthem
I know.
last Sunday.
She
Last
did.
Sunday.
She did a good job, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Oh,
sure.
Spain won.
Yes, Spain did win. We talked about that yesterday. Argentina's racist, black people hating lost, and the weird weirdo that sits in the White House was the one to present them with their their trophy, and Argentina, not Argentina, Spain cropped them out the photo, cropped him out of the photo.
I'm dead. That's funny.
I love it.
That's
Love it all.
Do you think we ever get out of this war?
Um,
Because I think he's planning something.
I don't know.
Let me tell you what
I don't know.
what I think he's planning.
Okay.
He's planning on being the president again. Because as long as a war is going on, the president that you got now will be the president you'll have then.
When his term is up, Elwin, though, he gotta go. He gotta go.
He's not. I'm gonna say it this way. As long as there's a war going on, I don't think he's going anywhere. But they're gonna have to get him out of there some kind of way. Even if they have to kill him.
I don't know, Elwin. I don't have a
appropriate response.
Doom and gloom feeling about this, because I know normally when I see things happen this horribly, there's usually something that has to come in and right the balance of things, and I feel as if we're going to get a righting of it. My concern is that we don't squander once things are set right again, because there were some strides made toward equality during the civil rights movement, and once we got integration, we forgot that that we still had issues with race in this country, and so we tried to pretend that it doesn't exist, but it does. And for people who have been able to profit off of the racism or the division, they've been able to gain some wealth, some serious wealth off of the business of killing people. So I'm hoping that when the righting of this situation happens, that we don't forget the objective is to make this place a place for all, not just for some.
Well, you know what I think? They are going to have to force him out, because he said he was not getting out if he win the next election, which is this one. Okay.
He says a lot of things though, Elwin, and all of them don't come into fruition. So I don't have any fear about what he's gonna do and what else he has left to do. He got less days in front of him than he does behind. So I'm just not feeling all the doom and gloom. It is what it is. We are where we are.
I mean, look,
because of our own faults, and we got time to fix this.
I'm gonna say it this way, all right? I'll be glad when all three of them are gone, because all they did was he led the country the wrong way, and the one that's governor, he's doing Louisiana the wrong way.
We let him.
We let him. Yeah, we let him.
We let him in that office because we didn't show up and do what we were supposed to do. So
I didn't vote for him myself. I mean, look, personally, when I heard about him, I said, "Oh no, I don't want him as president. I mean, as governor, because he's arrogant already. He's been arrogant before he got to be governor." Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he was arrogant before he got to be governor. He was against New Orleans before he got to be governor.
But the people did not want to show up and do what they had to do.
Well, now I bet you they will now.
Maybe.
Because this is, I mean, and for Liz Murrow to say she's not going to drop the case.
I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to drag it, but I am going to say this. We in New Orleans live by know whom bow. Won't bow down, don't know how. But we have people in leadership that are from here that Usher, the current mayor, and her friends who are capitalizing off of her being mayor, and she literally bowed down and bowed down to a bully. You cannot bow down to a bully. You have to punch them in the face hard the first time so that they'll know that when they come again, they're dealing with somebody or an entity that is going to deal with them. And we did not, y'all who voted for her, y'all didn't teach her that. So what's up, suckers? It's going to be what it's going to
be. Guess what? Now she know what she's dealing with, and she know who she's dealing with, right?
No, so now, she knows. She knew who she was dealing with. She knew. She's been on council for 8 years. She's lived in this city. Was a broadcast journalist for a time, and she's married to a Republican. Let's be clear.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Well, look, I heard different things about her. I'm not going to say that on the air.
What she do in her bedroom, we never going to talk about here. Because I'm never going to have that conversation.
Right. But I'm saying this, all right? I think, you really want to hear the truth. I think the guy's a cover-up, but that's another story. But anyway.
I'm never going to have that conversation, ever.
Okay. But I do think that she thought she was putting LaToya in a trap. Now she sees what the trap is all about.
No, Elwin. I'm not going to even let that slide like that. It's not about what she was trying to do to the former mayor. It was the fact that she spoke all of these things as if she was going to be the great fix, and we have yet to see that. Listen, we got to take a break, and you're welcome to call back. It's Free Your Mind Friday. All right, boo?
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Kim.
Bye, Owen.
Bye.
You listen to the Front Porch here on WBOK. Is what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Missed a show? Want to hear that guest everyone's talking about? WBOK is now streaming on all your favorite podcast apps. Just search WBOK Media, hit download, share with a friend, and don't forget to rate your favorite shows 5 stars. Because when our voices are heard, our impact grows.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Kubel, and here's a look for you at your Thursday morning headlines. Tropical Storm Bertha is back in the Gulf, barreling toward Texas after bringing rain and strong winds to southeast Louisiana. This morning, the Rosenwald Recreation Center will close as a shelter at 8 a.m. It'll then resume normal operations and be available as a cooling center. In other news this morning, criminal charges against Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill are dropped. Now, she and Governor Jeff Landry are taking aim at New Orleans officials, calling the indictment politically motivated. Murrill also says she would like to see a federal investigation. She specifically accused Orleans Parish DA Jason Williams of playing a role. Murrill and Landry say they believe the case was dropped to make sure records are kept secret. Now remember, this all stems from letters that Murrill sent to New Orleans officials about the clerk of court position that a grand jury claimed warranted felony intimidation charges. And that is a look for you at your headline.
Climate Hope NOLA presents this month's climate keyword, adaptation. Climate adaptation means preparing our communities for stronger storms, hotter days, flooding, and rising water. That means planting trees, restoring wetlands, protecting homes, and helping families recover stronger after disasters. In New Orleans, resilience is part of who we are and how we survive. Learn more, stay informed, and take action with Climate Hope NOLA. Visit Team Hope NOLA on Instagram to learn more.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana companies through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about what the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation does, please visit www.jazzandheritage.org.
Greetings and salutations. I am Elwood B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black exact same with cameras. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree.
Hey, it's your boy, Joe Jackson.
And on the other side of the glass is Jared. It is Free Your Mind Friday. If you got something on your mind, want to get it off your chest, give us a call here at 504-582-9422. We're going straight to the talk lines because they are lit up. Good morning, Pop Jones. Pop.
Oh yeah.
Good morning.
How you doing, Kim?
I'm sleepy, but I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm happy.
And Lil Kim and
Lil Kim is on the other side of the glass. She got business to handle.
Yeah. Okay, and Damon, the whole crew.
Yeah.
I hear questions about whether the president excuse me, gonna stay in office, but I'm wondering whether we're gonna have any money left when he get out of office.
Hello, I know a money laundering scheme anytime I see one, and all of these different projects that he's sending off to his friends and wasting all the money. And man, listen, this was a sucker bet that a lot of suckers took.
Man, this almost seems like a joke, Kim. I mean, all of us, what war is he fighting? I mean, it looks like all the money is going to him,
his friends,
family, and his friends.
Uh-huh.
And I got a shirt I want to give those people.
You probably could sell them anything. You could buy them for $1 and sell them for $150,000 because that's how goofy they are.
Uh-huh. I tell you, man, they're taking the money like it's like they're buying water. It's hard to understand. Talking about when him getting in office again, they ain't gonna have America gonna be looking for. And Kim, I wanted to bring up this other story about this African leader. I think they invited him to. I don't remember his name. They invited him to the White House, and he said that I think maybe Grayson might have said it. He said no, he didn't want to come to the White House. You come and see me. You familiar with that?
No, I'm not familiar with that. How long ago did this happen? I can look for it.
This happened recently. I heard somebody. I think I heard on WBOK. He invited him to the White House, and the African leader said, "No, you come and see me."
I like it.
So anytime anybody was invited to the White House, you don't never know what.
Yes, that's Duma
What's
Boko.
going on? Everything is a secret. I mean, so when you go to another person's country, they're gonna let it all hang out.
Right.
And so that's why. I mean, a man is not a dummy. So if you want to talk, He's saying come and see him.
Correct.
He's not coming to the White House.
Well, the person who extends the invitation is that's on them. And why is he asking? Because if it's important for you to meet with me, why are you beckoning me?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk to me, why are you sending for me? You come and talk to me.
All right. That makes sense to me.
Yes. Yeah.
So everybody's not a dumbass.
But everybody ain't got no backbone, Pop, and that's really what I feel like right now.
You can't trust a rattlesnake.
You can trust a rattlesnake to be a rattlesnake.
Oh, okay.
Now, don't be surprised that the rattlesnake bites you, because that's what rattlesnakes do.
Yes, indeed.
So, that when they talk about the devil, I know exactly what that devil gonna do, so I know how to fool with that devil or not to.
All right.
But some people be playing like they don't see snakes. And the people the snakes be slithering around walking on two legs.
Everybody come to the White House. Nobody knows what's being said, what's being discussed.
Say again?
Everyone that comes to the White House, the people don't know nothing about what's being discussed, what's being said, or nothing. They just come and visit and get what the president say.
I have something not unkind to say about somebody, and I'm going to hold it. It's appropriate, but it's unfair. So I'm going to hold that for now. But we know some people who are in politics and only show up for the pictures right here in this city. So,
Okay.
Well, we got listen.
Well, look, Kim.
Yes, sir.
When are we gonna get some real leadership here in the city?
When the people get tired and vote these people who not doing stuff and start vetting people who are about to talk and show results. That's when. I mean, it's pretty simple. If we stop trying to shuck and jive and reach across the aisle, no. I mean, listen, we got work to do to make things fair for everybody. Not be making backroom deals on how you're going to enrich yourself. Not to amplify your profile so that other people will see you, so that you can capitalize on other opportunities financially, while the people who elected you continue to go broke and die. I can't even say not just be sick, but go broke and die. Do you know that in St. Charles Parish, no kids will get free or reduced lunch? Voting has consequences. It's also in Miami Gardens, which is heavily Cuban, and Cubans don't vote Democrat. They vote Republican after the Bay of Pigs incident. And most of that district is Cuban, but none of those, and poor Cubans at that, none of their kids gonna get free or reduced lunch. Reduced lunch was like 40 cents or something if you qualify for it, but now they will no longer get it. Everybody gotta pay. So, and for some kids, that's the only meal they get. That's the only meal they get that day. But because white people, white women in particular, Latin people, Palestinians who were pissed off with Kamala Harris, y'all and the black people who who independently voted or stayed home. Y'all are the reason we in this mess. And I don't feel no kind of way about it, because the hustle don't stop over here. But now y'all got to figure out another thing to take care of your kids. Congratulations. You won. Matter of fact, 206 Republicans and I think 2 Democrats voted for our military to join forces with the Israeli military. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? So I know I'm not crazy, and I used to let people gaslight me into second guessing what I was feeling and what I was thinking. They crazy. And crazy enough to smile, grin, shake hands, hug, kiss babies, and all of that, while everybody literally is racing to the bottom. And by bottom, I mean broke, sick, dead. So this is where we are.
They keep voting for these people, no matter what they're doing.
Well, not just keep voting, they won't show up for themselves and vote their best interests.
Oh, that much.
Sound crazy to me.
Well, yes. I know I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm not a dummy either. So
Well, I don't know. Listen, person over on YouTube, you about to get blocked. Because in my opinion that you keep sharing, that is goofy as I don't know what. We don't do that here. So you're going to get a break today. The next time you come in these comments with this foolishness, I'm blocking you, okay? I just want you to know. You'll be in good company because there's other people I have blocked. But I'm telling you now, you getting 24 hours. The next time I see this goofy commentary, my baby, you done, okay? All right, have a good day. Hey, Pop, I'm back.
All right. Thank you
yeah.
very much for taking my call. Okay?
Absolutely. It's good talking to you. Have a good weekend, okay?
All right.
You and the
Same
queen.
to you all.
All right. Later. I swear to God. 504-582-9422. Hello, Don.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. No grilling this morning, huh?
He's not here on Monday and Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, living in different states and now, mainly in Texas and stuff like that, you have to, as a people, you have to understand the history. And I heard this local black radio station was talking about how, they're talking about the data center in Louisiana, how big it is. They had people from that area that moved to Texas. And they were saying how, and the governor's statements, the importance of the data center and the lack of the importance of New Orleans.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
You look at the history, right. I tell you, that's a state official, okay? But he said New Orleans. New Orleans used to be the capital of the state capital.
Yeah, it was.
What? When Louisiana became a state.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, from 1812, I don't know, 1812. I know Louisiana became a state of the Union, United States Union in 1812. The same year, what they call the War of 1812?
Uh-huh.
And it ended up with New Orleans, the Battle of New Orleans.
So listen, Don, New Orleans is the capital of New Orleans during two periods, 1722 to 1830, and then 1865 to 1879.
Well, yeah, it was New Orleans was the capital during Reconstruction.
Yes, definitely.
And
that's when we got Oscar Dunn as governor.
C.C. Claiborne.
Let me see. Because we had a black governor.
He was the last governor of the Louisiana territory. He was the first governor when Louisiana became a state in 1812. But to remember this, and during Reconstruction, on next Thursday, July 30th, you had the New Orleans riot on July 30th, 1866. That's when they ambushed black men going down to vote. That's when New Orleans was the capital of Louisiana during Reconstruction. And we know what politically happened. But to get back to before Louisiana became a state of the Union, United States, it was a territory, and New Orleans was the capital of that territory. But what happened in 1811, the year before Louisiana became a state? Remember the biggest slave revolt happened in what they call the German coast, where they tried to get to New Orleans, the slave revolt of 1811. Okay, so, and what I'm saying is the importance of New Orleans has never been underrepresented. I don't know whether the state government, the state capital was once even in Mobile, Alabama. And so I don't understand this guy talking about the importance of New Orleans. It's never been diminished. I mean, you can always polish your brass and make it shine. You know, every city need some polishing, but to say the importance of a major historical, factual, I mean, militarily, you look at New Orleans, it's been profound. Historically, with artistry and even elegance and culture, I mean, it runs the gamut. Mm-hmm. It runs the gamut, and for to say that this, you know, reckless type of verbiage coming from a leader, a state leader, there's only 50 governors, and for you to be, you know, and if it wasn't for New Orleans, Louisiana, as it is today, would be even more in the doldrums financially, because Louisiana is one of those states that receives more in taxpayer federal funding than it puts in. And New Orleans puts in a lion's share of that.
That's with all red states. The Democratic cities often are the support for for Republican states. The Republicans are the ones who drain. Democratic cities and states are run by, the wealth tends to stay there. The problem is in the southern states, the rich continue to get richer while the poor continue to get poorer, and white rural people in general tend to vote Republican, even to their own demise.
I'm sorry. Well, no, Kim, but we talk about money. It's a fiat currency we have. Richard Nixon took the dollar, the U.S. dollar, off the gold standard. So we have what you call a fiat currency. It is backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. So, in other words, those, like the president, he wants $50 billion for this and $50 billion for that. What he's doing is printing money. He's telling the Federal Reserve to print money. Now, what happens in this economy, this so-called fake capitalist society, we're not in a pure capital free enterprise system, because the capital, which we call, the people say they're capitalists, they control the money. So when the money is printed, they get to use the money first, buy all the assets and all the income producing assets and wheels of production, and then the people get the money later at an inflated rate. So you can print all the money you want. The wealthy people, those in these banks and these Federal Reserves and all these movers and shakers, they're closer. When the president says, I need this for that, he's not talking to the people. He's talking to the Federal Reserve to print more money for me. I'm going to use it, and then we're going to put it back into the economy at an inflated rate. And that's what we're experiencing today with inflation and the cost of affordability. The government does it all the time. They can print money. The question is, what is its value to you, and what is its value to those who call themselves capitalists? Mm-hmm. So they can print money all day. That's not the issue. They're taking taxpayer dollars. No, they're not. All they're doing is using it first, and when they give it to you, it's going to have less value, and it's going to have an inflation rate on it. That's why these tariffs and all that kind of stuff is a game. He's putting his thumb on the scale when he does that. Any president does say, "I'm gonna print. I need $100 billion to do this."
Yeah, you're right.
We gotta take this break, Don.
Okay, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Good talking to you. Have a good weekend. You listen to The Front Porch here on WBOK. It's what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Tropical Storm Bertha out of our area, but will make landfall in Texas later today. We are going to see a few scattered showers throughout the day. Some of those could be on the heavier side. Also, gusty conditions, 25 to 45 miles per hour. Minor coastal flooding is still expected. Highs for today, 89 to 92 degrees. And then for tonight, few leftover showers, but most coming to an end. Lows 75 to 79. Then the heat returns as we get to Friday on into the weekend. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
New Orleans, are you ready for a voice that says what you're thinking? Who that, you might ask? Arrington Gavin. That's right, I'm your guy, host of the Arrington Gavin Show, giving you so much filled with bold opinions, real conversations, and zero sugarcoating. We're going to be diving into the issues that matter, politics, pop culture, and all the above, unfiltered and unafraid. Catch the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Fridays, right here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM. From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Illinois is officially recognizing July 25th as Emmett Till Day.
By signing this legislation, we ensure that the lives of Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley will not be forgotten.
Governor J.B. Pritzker signed the measure at Chicago's Roberts Temple Church, where Mamie Till Mobley held her son's historic open casket funeral, a moment that helped ignite the civil rights movement. A Minnesota woman who went viral after directing racial slurs at an autistic black child has been found guilty of disorderly conduct. Shiloh Hendricks was sentenced to a $1,000 fine and 200 hours of community service for the incident, which was captured on video. And singer Nivea is opening up about her health, revealing she was diagnosed with leukemia earlier this year. The R&B artist says her treatments are going well and that she remains grateful for life and the progress she's making in her recovery. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree.
And it's your boy, Joe Jackson.
And on the other side of the glass is Jared.
Hey, Jared.
Yeah, I always love that one. The I Want to Dance With Your Somebody, the brass version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really a bop.
I like any brass version of anything, to be honest.
You're not wrong.
To be honest.
You're not wrong.
It took me to get older to really appreciate it.
But yeah, it's nothing
I always
it's nothing
listen to it, I guess it's like by proxy, because my family listens to it. So but now that I'm older, I'm like, wait a minute, it's a little feeling here.
Yeah. Definitely medicine in the music.
Yes, most
Because
definitely.
if you feeling kind of way and you hear that, you should be feeling a little better at least after you finish bopping to that.
Absolutely almost physically impossible to be depressed and live downtown New Orleans. I was having an episode last week, and I was on my sofa crying and praying and crying and praying. Next all I heard is, hey, oh, and going outside my door. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get up. Let me get up, give me a drink, and feel better.
Yeah, and go move with the people. I've said this before, and I don't know if you had come back since we did. I feel like you have since we did downtown Super Sunday. I think maybe you've been here since then, but there is a spirit, or it is a spiritual come together when we gather like that. Because even though it rained a little bit that day,
we don't care.
We didn't care. We stayed outside, and people just basically being in good proximity of other human beings with light that lightens people's heart. I don't know. There's got to be a science to it, but that does exist.
So I'll say this: historically, on Sundays, it was when slaves were allowed to, roam around and visit other plantations and see their family, but mostly we would go to Congo Square.
Yes.
And we would have, these, I forgot what they're called, but basically we were allowed to practice our native religions or what we could remember of it, and that, I feel like that's directly tied to like bounce music, right? You have to, it's call and response, it's heavy drums, heavy repetition. It's very intense. It's in your face. It's expressatory. It's religion. It's spontaneous. It's spiritual. It's all the things culminated into one. It's like all the religions, all the feelings, all the everything culminated into one. Experience. The New Orleans musical experience live is something totally different than experiencing music live anywhere else.
It's church, but
yes,
we're gonna talk about that in a second. I'm gonna go to the lines. Yeah, but hold the line. Hold the line. 504-582-9422. Yellow boy, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, baby?
Doing good. How you today? Watch your mouth,
Yeah. Heard that.
What's popping?
Yeah, it's a spiritual vibration. It's not just the sound, because once the sound starts to happen, and the people are gathered together, it's more of like a universal spiritual vibration that starts to happen, and it will absolutely put some medicine in your bones. I didn't mind being on hold for however long I was because of that brass and those rhythm beats.
Yeah.
Because, I almost cried several times. I almost put in the tears, but absolutely.
So you having a good start to your weekend?
I'm trying to keep paint off my phone because I need to replace my phone, but I keep getting little chunks of paint on it. That's all right though. I'm gonna be careful.
Well, you be safe out there and make sure you stay hydrated because I know you outside.
Stay hydrated.
Absolutely, yeah. The pendulum always will shift. It's a matter of how much work we got to do once it does shift, and that's what they know, like y'all always talking about. They know that's why they're trying to snatch up every bit they can before that happens. As far as the tariffs, yeah, it is coming out the American taxpayers' pocket because the businesses aren't taking that lick. They're shifting the cost to us, and then they're getting repaid now. They're suing the government. They're basically and getting paid back from the government money. So they're just taking more profit off the top. So they're double dipping, and that's the plan. Like, I can go on and on about draining American wealth or our wealth, but one more thing before I get back to work, and I'm sorry. Thanks for letting me rant.
You're all right. You're all right. It's Free Your Mind Friday. Get it off your chest.
As long as we have breath left in our body, it's not over, and I plan on breathing me.
Yes. Hello. So what else you got? That's it? You feeling better?
Y'all keep breathing. Y'all keep breathing, too.
All right. Have a good one, yellow boy. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, y'all
stay cool.
Later. Now, I told you, hold your line. We're going to talk about this spirit and, because we got some deconstructing to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ready? And if you like to hear it,
here you go.
Here you go.
It's because we saw so much religious iconography. You've referenced church and the spaces where it restricts us and where it frees us. I'm curious how you would define your own theology. And where are the places that you looked to build it?
I had to do a lot of unlearning when it came to the church. I went to a mega church out in Atlanta. Crazy things happened with that. I had to take some space to myself and just had to do a lot of deconstructing. And I came back to church when I felt safe. But the more I pay attention to what's going on in the world, the more convicted I feel about leaders using their platform for the most pertinent things. And I feel like when we're not speaking directly to what's happening, we're missing out on the example of Jesus Christ. And so I could say a lot, but something that has come to me recently is that even as I began to deconstruct, I was content with Christianity as the house I lived in. It was the house I grew up in. And as I got to know more and pull the scales off my eyes, I was content to look out the windows, to see other people's theology and respect them and honor them. But the way that I see Christianity continuing to rot, I'm embarrassed by some of the discourse that happens online by people who lean so heavily into the brand of Christianity and not the practice of it. And so even as I learn more about Yeshua and all the books and who wrote what and things that have been left out and how astrology is aligned with XYZ, and even as I mentioned, getting to know more about Yoruba theology, and as I read it, felt like I was remembering things I always knew. I think the most important thing for me now knowing is that God does not just exist in a bind, and that's a double entendre, not just when you need some help, but also not in the pages of this book that have been forced down your throat. And I really think Christians have tried to reconstruct this Garden of Eden type of theology where they can tell you what the fruit of knowledge is or is not and tell you what not to touch. But with all of that said, I think I'm grateful for the house I grew up in. But there's a leak in this old building.
Yep. Yeah. There's a leak in this old building.
You know, listen, so people who don't know, I feel like I'm kind of an expert at this topic.
Okay.
Because I was actually an armor bearer, my pastor's armor bearer. Could you believe it?
I can see it.
Could you believe I'm listen.
I can see it. I can see it because I can see it because once you commit, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. So you're always a steward. You always show up.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I could say personally speaking, the reason why I chose to leave the church, and this is taking full self accountability, self awareness. I saw certain things that I feel like wasn't conducive to the type of church or the type of people I wanted to be around.
Mm-hmm.
However, my lifestyle seemed to be like taboo, but they were doing worse things than what I was doing, right? So I felt offended. I felt a ways because I ostracized because it was like they were nitpicking certain sins or certain things and focusing on other things. And it was like I thought we were all in here trying to get healing together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us left the church because we saw those things, and we also feel like we wanted to take some kind of hold of our life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that came with being chastised or being reprimanded for how we lived or how we did whatever. But once you really sit back at the grand scope of things and really see who's doing what and what's going on, what I'm doing is it pales in comparison to what y'all doing behind closed doors. And it's like, hey, we leave because we feel like, why are you holding me to such a standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, as I grew in my spirituality, I realized that those of us who are called to do certain things, we are held to a different standard.
Mm-hmm.
So realistically, it had nothing to do with my lifestyle or my partner or anything like that. I was supposed to take that and better myself, not leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us left. You came to spirituality thinking that it was just this free for all. You do what you want. You go shake your cat bones. You go burn your candles. And I got control over this and I got control over that. However, they came on this side and I realized it's even more strict. There's even more rules.
Uh-huh.
It's even more bound because now you have a direct connection to spirit versus a connection through a person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why so many of us seek spirituality, because it's like it's going from being plugged into a extension cord to right in the wall. You know, it's no middleman needed.
Ooh, there's so many different ways I want to go with this, because the unfortunate reality is that, and I think Grail and I talked about yesterday, the people who are screaming Jesus are doing anything but acting like him. Mm-hmm. And when to be Christian, if you identify yourself as such, you're supposed to act Christ-like.
Jesus wouldn't even hung with y'all.
Right.
He was with the
and
prostitutes
there's one
and the
more.
thieves.
I think I sent you another clip this morning, Jared. That speaks to scripture, because people nitpick and pick and choose. Mm-hmm. There was a clip that I heard this morning where this lady, okay, we're gonna cherry pick. Is it the white lady with the weird hair? Yes, that's her. Yeah, it's good. No. Yeah, there's no cousin. Yeah, I believe I listened to that one all the way through. But she goes through. Matter of fact, we're gonna save it to the other side of the break. We'll listen to it on because I want to be. But I think it is good because I listened all the way through this morning. But we'll do it because we only have 5 more minutes for the break. Yeah. The Tandra Reed said it, rules for thee and not for me.
Hello.
And this relates to what's going on in this city so much, because a lot of the people, they be posting scriptures every day, mm-hmm. and you like to have sex with kids. You are literally stealing. We just saw a pastor who was convicted, I think, of like 19 or something federal charges for stealing like $400,000 from his church. Y'all, we have some cleaning up to do, mm-hmm. and some hard truths that we need to sit with. Matter of fact, Ashanta won't speak on this, but I'm gonna speak on this. When she was principal at, I think it was Harney, she was fired because her budget wasn't looking right, and she was like, something wrong with this. The math ain't mathing on this, and the pastor, who was held in high regard, is sitting in jail right now because what she said actually was true. Mm-hmm. But she was ostracized, could not be hired anywhere in K-12. And some of y'all leaders who did that to her, y'all can go to hell. And I mean every last one of y'all.
The people, the pastor.
Listen, oh no, the pastor, yada, yada, yada. And y'all use Christianity to soften the blow for the bad deeds you do. Mm-hmm. That right there is part of the reason why I don't consistently go to no church. My home church is the place that I want to go to. It's just too far, but I do watch it every Sunday on YouTube. Shout out to Bethany United Methodist Church. I need real people, pastors.
Yeah.
Not people who are pretending to be a thing that is humanly almost impossible, to be honest, to be quite honest. Mm-hmm. A lot of the standards that we set or that are set or that we push people to do are humanly, like it is humanly impossible to do these things and be like that every day. You're gonna crack.
Which is,
and when you hold yourself and wind yourself up so tight, you don't crack a little. You do some diabolical things.
Hello.
And I
It-
do
it has-
mean
it has to come out.
diabolical. So we have to have a conversation on the weaponization of Christianity.
Yeah.
And this nation, let's be clear, it was not founded on Christian values
at all.
Hence, the dude that's sitting in the White House right now, some of y'all bought it hook, line, and sinker because he said, because Jesus. And he held the Bible upside down, and he sold y'all Bibles for $50.
So when you look at war history, right, it tells us that in order to take over a group of people or a nation or a country or whatever, you have to control what they see or how they see God. What they see God as, which is why after we bomb a country, who do we send in first? The missionaries. Accept Jesus Christ or accept our religion. We're going to feed y'all. We'll give y'all food and clothes. But why do I need food and clothing?
Because we was fine.
We was fine until y'all came blow us
We
up.
was fine. Not only did you steal us, but you made us pay with extra interest on everything. And I mean on every single thing because Christianity.
Because Christianity. So what they do is they tax the help of God. They cut out of it because they feel like they're interceding on our behalf. When in reality, if you had a direct connection, you would know what to do.
But we've been letting people interpret
it's
what the word says.
It's the whole, if Jared tell me something in my ear and I tell you something.
It's a bad game of telephone.
By the time you get to the end of something else.
It's a bad game of telephone. And at some point, we going to have a real sit down and some accountability because this ain't working.
And I see a lot of pastors that prey on the spiritually vulnerable as well.
Not P-R-A-Y, P-R-E-Y.
Hello.
And we're going to take this break. You're listening to The Front Porch here on WBOK. Is what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Hey everybody, it's Great One Brian Banks
and Kimber White Dupree
from The Front Porch.
Some convos are too good to miss. Now you can pull up a chair to The Front Porch anytime.
Just search WBOK Media and subscribe to The Front Porch Podcast.
Download, share, and hit us with a 5-star rating because New Orleans culture deserves to be heard loud and clear.
Good Friday morning. I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. Fat Tuesday is 200 days away, and this morning, Carnival crews could be in for some sticker shock as city officials consider increasing parade permit fees for the first time in more than 2 decades. During a meeting of the mayor's Mardi Gras Advisory Council on Thursday, parade leadership was asked to agree on what they can afford to contribute. For years, crews have been paying the same fees from $750 to $1,500. Some potential plans include crews paying more for this year's permits with a later due date and possibly capping the increase after a few years. Any increase in permit fees is likely to trickle down to float riders and crew members. All right, from fees to fines, the city of New Orleans is also saying they're enforcing new consequences for some parade behavior on the route. The council has approved misdemeanor charges and civil fines for anyone found tying ladders together or setting up grills or tents on the route. Those charges come with civil fines of $1,000 for the first offense and double for a second offense. Mississippi leaders are pushing back on the scrutiny surrounding the death investigation of Mississippi teen Nolan Wells. Wells' body was found after he and friends took a boat trip to Horn Island, Mississippi on the 4th of July. His mother reported him missing hours after his friends returned without him. This comes after an independent autopsy resulted in an undetermined cause and manner of death. The local district attorney says yesterday that she's withholding an initial autopsy report until a grand jury can review it. Prominent attorney Ben Crump is representing Will's family, who says they're trying to learn more about his final moments. I'm Daryl Forges, and that's your headlines for WBOK.
AURN News. A recent economic survey by CNBC shows Americans are not hopeful when it comes to the future of the economy. The All America Economic Survey found that among 1,000 registered voters surveyed, 61% said they were pessimistic about the economy right now. CNBC noted that this is the highest percentage since December 2023, when the country was just emerging from pandemic-era inflation. And when it comes to whether things are getting any better, the numbers are not encouraging. 41% said they expect the economy to get worse, compared with 29% who expect it to improve. Americans are also making changes to their lives in response to higher prices. In the poll, 47% said they are cutting back on essentials like medical care and food. So who received the blame for the rough economy? President Donald Trump. For AURN News, I'm Jamie Jackson.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Ugh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
This is Andronika Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
Did you hear the news? Dr. Clark's 101 The Living Classroom has a new time. Catch us now every Wednesday at noon. Same program, same great conversations. Just a new time. So catch Dr. Clark's 101 The Living Classroom this Wednesday and every Wednesday only on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree.
And it's your boy, Joe Jackson.
And on the other side of the glass is Jared.
Hey, Jared.
On this Free Your Mind Friday. We're going to continue on with this conversation. What up, Shedrick Roy? I see you in the comments. I want to say good morning to all of our listeners who join us daily. Hey, DiCaprio. Good morning, Mark Joseph. Good morning, Miss Jackie Wilmore. Good morning to Chuck Hunt. We're going to get to you in a little bit. Good morning. Hey, Cam. Y'all showed out in Las Vegas, huh? Y'all done wore them people out. Y'all done had them people change all their gift shop items to pink and green. It done had enough of y'all. I hope y'all had a wonderful time. But 27,000 strong members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
That's right.
When I say they flew out to Las Vegas and showed out. Shouts out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all.
Good morning to Charles Ferguson. Good morning to Lori Weber. Good morning, Mark Bashman. What up, Mark? Good morning. Hey, Earl. Good morning. Good morning. And good morning, Tandra. I want to have some more conversation about what you're putting in the chat, but definitely good morning. Good morning, Leslie. And good morning. Did I miss anybody? Mark Joseph. And hey, Paul, what's going on? 504-582-9422. What up, Chuck Hunt?
Hello, good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. How are you doing? That's something you said. Cam just got back. My mother used to go to the boulets, and she went to her last one was in 2008, your centennial. It was in Washington D.C. Dad drove her
And
to
they
D.C. for
showed
that.
out there too.
Yeah, my mother was there. It was her last one, and her last one, and yeah, because they set the Guinness during that time. They set the Guinness Book of World Records for a sit-down dinner or something like
Yep,
that,
that is
and you have
absolutely correct.
and just recently you just set the Guinness Book of World Records for something else that you all that with your sorority. I just saw it on Google back last week. I forgot what it was. Cameron can put it in the comments. But my reason for calling and this is interesting conversation, Joe. I can understand you wanting to lead that faith because they showed that they did not have your best interests. And these main ones that sit up there and get up in there and talk about racism and all the other things, and talk about how we've been discriminated against. But you know what? You're doing the same thing as the ones that you're talking about that you're accusing of white supremacy. You're taking on those white supremacy ways of thinking, and then you go and shun your own people. And these are the main ones when it comes time for Martin King Day and Black History Month and Juneteenth and all, they want to be all talking about Black unity, and then you still mistreating those within. And that's why you see people leaving and wanting. That's why the pews are vacant. And what you're doing, Kimber? Are you talking about watching online, watching on YouTube and all, and all the other social medias that you watch your services? I do that. I do that as well. And that's what happened. I know a lot of them started doing that during the time of the pandemic. And those that the pandemic, and those who are far from faith, and there are those close by that you just don't want to be a part of, and you want to be in tune those that speak to you. That's what's happening. That's why you see a lot of these churches that are affirming that people that left their traditional churches were shunned because of their sexual orientation and all these other things that they didn't want women in ministry and all, and they went into the affirming faiths and found a home there. That's what occurred.
Yeah,
I will say this. No offense to anybody. Excuse
go
me,
for it.
But just a quick little. I'm still not going to affirming church. I'm still old school. I feel like the affirming church is a little too advanced for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
it's my own conviction.
But as long as you treat it right.
Yeah.
As long as you treat you right. Yes.
I feel like this is only because I guess I have certain friends in big cities, and I feel like an affirming church in certain cities would definitely work. A affirming church in places like Atlanta, Houston, is not going to work.
Say more.
It's not going to work.
Say more.
It's not going to work.
Why?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Tell me why.
I'd like to hear this.
In my personal opinion and observation, it was they want to recreate what they left. So it's a whole bunch of, let me act like this. Let me be this character in the church. Let me be this character in the church.
It's more performative.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole point was to leave and not have that and not do that anymore.
Yes.
But y'all come in and do the same thing with just
exactly.
Got it.
There was a church in New Orleans. I'm not gonna say what name because I can't remember, but they used to have like an affirming night.
Really?
And they used to allow us to come in there and sing and tarry and do all the things, but the pastor was very clear on what it was, what they were allowing us the space for. It's not for hookup sites. It's not to meet other people. This is to come and worship and have someone for y'all to be safe. Other places, like I said, in big city, are more performative, so it's the same thing. It's you leaving one even for a newer one.
Yikes! Yeah.
That's my only gripe.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So is there an affirming church in Monroe?
You know what? They have one church. There's one church here that's have only one church here that's a Baptist church here. What happened? They call it the Alliance of Baptists. These are the ones that kind of it started because they got away from the Southern Baptist tradition because. And they end up starting the Alliance of Baptists. That's where President Jimmy Carter went into the Alliance of Baptists after leaving the Southern Baptist faith, and they're under that umbrella. They have one church like that here in here in Monroe, Louisiana. I think might have some 100 miles west of me in Shreveport, Louisiana, and Dallas is on the way. Dallas is 280 miles west of me on Interstate 20,
Mm-hmm.
and he might you might have some. I don't know. I know Jackson, Mississippi is 120 miles east of me. They might have some there as well. But that's what's happened. But it's some of that old way of thinking, and I understand where Joe is coming from. And but the thing about it, I look at someone like I feel like Joe is a cool guy. Just make sure he goes somewhere that he's treated right. Because I feel like you're a cool guy. I don't care who you are. I just love people.
Mm-hmm. And that is the way of the Christians. But first, love.
Yes.
Yes.
Above all things.
Above all things.
First.
Yes.
Love. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Chuck Hunter. I always appreciate when you call in to give your opinions and give your point of view.
All right, and you all have a great weekend, and as I said, stay cool out there.
Stay cool, most definitely.
For sure. Thank you.
All
have
right.
a good weekend.
You all take care.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah.
I think people forget that Jesus hung around with thieves and
whores
and all the things.
Yeah.
Jesus wouldn't even be friends with y'all.
All
y'all
this
fleur-de-lure. Y'all
and
too square for Jesus.
highfalutin and stuff. He didn't even fool with
Jesus
y'all.
was in the trap.
When he went to the temple, he flipped the tables.
Because what y'all doing in my daddy's name?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And always surrounded by money and using money to cover up your bad deeds. Still happening right now.
Hello.
Right now. Good morning. Hey, Cam. Welcome back. And also, hey, Josh, what's going on? Talking about where they at. Boy, stop it. They right here. And, the piece that about the record setting, the Alpha Kappa, women of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated set the Guinness Book record for a service project, food packs for the underserved kids in Clark County in Nevada.
That's what's up. I have a couple of friends, and my first cousin, she's a kid, and they literally always doing give-backs.
That's service.
Always.
By merit and culture, but
Shout out to my
service.
cousin Chelsea. Come on,
Service
Chelsea.
to all mankind. Listen, forget what y'all heard and what y'all see. It's not all about strolling and all that. It's business.
So while we're talking about church and fraternities, have you been seeing these people recently? Everybody's having like this spiritual awakening, and they're starting to denounce.
They've been doing it, and it's attention seeking. 10,000. No, let me tell you something. It's not just leave. For starters, most black Greek letter organizations, but organizations in general is going to ask for your money to come in. The initiation price for undergraduate members varies anywhere from $650 to $2,500. You going to spend that kind of money? And let's keep on going with this. There's at least a 6-week commitment of time.
What?
Do you hear me?
You've already pledged and did all the.
It's a 6-week commitment of time before initiation. Some 9 and 12. Underground, that's a conversation for another day. However, you've committed your finances and your time. And now you want to announce to everybody that you're out of here? If you don't go to hell. Because, friend, you could have paid for a course. You could have gone on a trip. You could have bought some stocks. You could have did a whole bunch of stuff with your money.
That goes into the religious psychosis.
Seeking. I've been a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha for 26 years. I had to take a break, but I ain't had to tell nobody that.
You didn't.
I took my break. I didn't say, but right now I have too many things going on. I am gonna take from my organization. I'm an Eastern Star.
My mom is.
Have never said I don't want to. Shut up. If you don't want to do it, you don't gotta.
But like I said, that's the performance of being religious.
It is performance.
Being religious.
Because to be perfectly honest, most of the organizations are founded on Christian principles. There's scripture that's included in the rituals.
And half of these fraternities and sororities will offer you help or will be there of service before the church will.
Oh, well. Now that 4533 Mendez at Bethany, not in the Methodist Church, they're there for the children, and they're there for the adults, they're there for everybody. But yeah, like, that is ultimate attention seeking. And if you don't go to hell with that foolishness, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
I feel like everything has a polarity to it.
Yes.
You know, and it's all about how you manipulate the energy and what you choose to do in your organization. If you use your organization just to, you know,
for clout chasing,
right, mess over people or do whatever.
Yeah.
But if you use it for how it's supposed to be used, you know. But I feel like a lot of people are leaving the fraternities and sororities and proclaiming their church, and they're doing this because they are, like I said, under religious psychosis, and they feel like they're not even understand they're being brainwashed to stop. Don't give y'all money to AKAs. Come give it to your pastor.
I can see what my money doing in chapter. I'm not gonna blanket everybody, because there are churches that are doing great work.
Like my church and my stepdad's church. Shout out to my program in Houma.
However, it's a lot of them that's not doing the work of the Lord. They're doing the work of the other person. But we're gonna take this break. You listen to the Front Porch here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Get ready for some hot weather, and it is going to stick around. Only looking at a 10% chance for rain today, so highs reaching 91 to 97. We could feel like the triple digits. And then for tonight, only dropping to 75 to 78, some muggy conditions. For tomorrow, 93 to 98, and then by Sunday, we could be talking about heat advisories. And then for Monday, we're talking about some mid to upper 90s heading into next week. For the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Reshaw.
That's right. It's party time each and every Sunday night at 7 p.m. on WBOK. It's the Throwback Throwdown with DJ Wick as he brings you the best in old school from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the early 2Ks. Plus, the party goes to another level at 9 p.m. with the Throwback Throwdown Party Mix to round out the night. It's the Throwback Throwdown Sunday nights at 7 p.m. on WBOK and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com.
This is The Law and Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton.
If you had $1 million, would you leave it to an 18-year-old?
Hopefully not, but that's exactly what can happen with a simple will. The money goes straight to your kids when they hit the legal age, no guardrails.
A trust lets you control when and how they receive their inheritance. You can set ages, milestones, or even make sure they finish school first.
Give them security, not a spending spree.
This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree.
And it's your boy, Joe Jackson.
And on the other side of the glass is Jared on this Free Your Mind Friday. Who was that on that last song, Jared?
I got you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It is Corey Henry Family and Friends Brass Band.
We know Corey Henry. He is a veteran of the Front Porch. Love him so much. Yeah, music, healing, and church. I feel like that's what we on today. Music, healing, and church. And we got another clip for y'all to chew on and have some additional conversations about. And yeah, we had to check it to make sure it had no cussing in it. No FCC regulations around here because we talk way too much about too many to be slipping up like that. But yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Hi, Braden. Of course, it's Braden. I noticed that cross necklace you're wearing in an attempt to sanctify your bigotry. So since I'm assuming you've never actually read the Bible except maybe cracking it open to be able to regurgitate what the pastor tells you, I'm going to read you some verses related to this topic, starting in Exodus 22, verse 21, where it says, "Do not mistreat the foreigner or oppress him, for you were once foreigners in Egypt." Then we're going to flip over to Leviticus because people like you love Leviticus. Leviticus 19:33 says, "When a foreigner lives with you in your land, do not mistreat him. The foreigner living with you must be treated as one of your native born. Love him as yourself, for you were once foreigners in Egypt. I am the Lord your God." Let's have a little jump, a little skip, a little hop over to Deuteronomy, shall we? We're going to go to Deuteronomy 10, verse 18. "He defends the cause of the fatherless and the widow and loves the foreigner, giving him food and clothing. And you are to love those who are foreigners, for you yourselves were foreigners in Egypt." Let's go to Deuteronomy 24. We'll just stay here for just a second. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 24, verse 17. Where it says, "Do not deprive the foreigner or the fatherless of justice or take the cloak of the widow as a pledge. Remember that you were slaves in Egypt and the Lord your God redeemed you from there. That is why I have commanded you to do this." But don't worry, it's not just the Pentateuch. We can also go over, we're going to hop over here to Jeremiah 22. So you can see that I've actually spent time in here. Jeremiah 22, verse 3, this is what the Lord says: "Do what is just and right. Rescue from the hands of the oppressor the one who has been robbed. Do no wrong or violence to the foreigner, the fatherless, or the widow. Do not shed innocent blood in this place." And let's go for the last one. Let's go to Ezekiel really quick. Ezekiel 47. "You are to distribute this land among yourselves according to the tribes of Israel. But you are also to allot as an inheritance for yourselves and for the foreigners who have settled among you who have children. You are to consider them as native born. Along with you, there will be allotted an inheritance among the tribes of Israel." But also, you're like, you know what? That's the Old Testament. We don't follow that anymore unless it's convenient for me to demonize the queer community. So we're going to go to Matthew 25, verse 35. "For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was a foreigner and you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you visited me." Also, Luke 10, the Good Samaritan is a person of different race and different religious background who is called the good neighbor and called the Good Samaritan because they crossed racial and religious lines to help someone simply because they needed it. And lastly, Hebrews 13:2, "Do not forget to entertain strangers, for by doing so, some people have entertained angels without knowing it." If you want to be a bigot, just be one. Don't sanctify it with the Bible. You don't care what it says. You called on those families because they were too brown. And not because you care about it being legal, because you sane people, when people were arrested at their immigration hearing, you said nothing. When U.S. citizens were scooped up, you said nothing. When Native Americans were scooped up, you said nothing. When a man was shot and killed in the street who had a work permit and a social security number, you said nothing because it was always about your bigotry. Just be one. There is no such thing as a sanctified bigot. Be 10 toes down on what you believe. Like the God you have made in your own image with the color of your skin is exactly what you want America to be like. White and looks like you.
Clock it. Clock it.
Because when you control
Clock
what
it.
a person sees or how they see God, you control them. Because if you see God as a white person or a...
And she said something specific. The God you crafted in your own image.
Because
when we were supposed to be crafted in his. Thank you. We got to have some conversations, y'all. And, just to go through some of the comments, Mark said, y'all better be careful. The Christians going to put you in hell.
Ooh.
You know they have that power. I mean, to be quite honest, I've been an outspoken person all my entire life. And if there was a hell to put me in, I'd be in it, I promise.
And why do we have to be in hell right now? And
we are living in it.
And we're told to be good and be a nice person. And then you'll get your heaven after you die.
Go to hell.
But we get to enjoy ours right here on earth.
Absolutely not. You listen to the Front Porch here on WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A Queens community gathered to honor Army Sergeant Angel Rampersad, one of the American service members killed in the conflict with Iran. Rampersad's mother remembers her 28-year-old daughter.
She fought for this country and she died for this country, and I am a mother that is highly proud of her.
She is remembered as a hero with plans underway to rename her block in Ozone Park in her honor. Several people were injured after a police pursuit that began in Indiana ended in a crash on Chicago's far south side. Authorities say 4 people, including 2 children, were hurt when the fleeing SUV collided with another vehicle. And health officials say more than 11,000 cases of cyclosporiasis have been reported nationwide, with 41 states affected. The CDC continues monitoring the outbreak while investigators traced one multi-state cluster to contaminated iceberg lettuce. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass is Jared. The real Joe Jackson has exited the building because he's going to get them lunch plates going on. He said he's frying catfish and something or other. I don't know. But if you're ever here in the city and you follow him on social media when he drops what he's dropping, go see about it because it's good stuff. Good conversation. We've been having a really fun Friday. I'm telling you, it needed to be because when I say I'm still tired, I did not make good choices last night. I had a wonderful time, though. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. Let's see. What are y'all talking about in these comments? Cam, you got me in 2 weeks. That is why. Yes, you are the best. Love you, love you, love you. That's why you have your own theme song. And then also, hey, Michonne, you said, what's the topic for today? Joshua, something is wrong with you, but I'm going to read you what he said. He said, the church don't like gay people, but the church is gay too. I think that's the topic. Listen, you're always consistent. You say anything, I appreciate you, but something wrong with you, sir. 504-582-9422. What up, Herm?
Kimber, thank you and WBOK.
What's that? What's going on?
For exposing the hypocrisy of the red, white, and blue Jesus that they're preaching. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was just awesome. I got to get that clip. Who was that person?
I gotta. You still have it pulled up? You see the name on it? It's a particular. I'm gonna look for it right quick because I sent it to Jared this morning. But this particular person, she deconstructs a lot of stuff about about religion. I think her name is called Monty. Monty Mader.
Like someone I've listened to before. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Monty Mader. MONTEMADER on Instagram.
MADER. Yes, I've listened to her before. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. And to sum this all up, even if you go to, I think it's Matthew, let me pull it up. If you go to Matthew chapter 22, Jesus said the greatest two commandments is to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, and strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to love thy neighbor as thyself. So if you don't love your neighbor, you don't love yourself.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Matthew 22. Yes.
And it doesn't say if you have a neighbor that you chose.
Go ahead.
It said it did not say a neighbor that you chose or a neighbor that looks familiar to you. It says to love thy neighbor. Period. Hard stop.
Right. Because in John 3:16 it says God so loved the world that he son. Right?
Yep.
The world. Right? Not the United States.
No.
The world.
Yes. Indeed.
And so there is a hypocrisy in this new red, white, and blue Jesus that's being taught. And Christians are sitting up on the front row of church, tithing their money, giving to this, thinking that this new hypocrisy is now the new religion. They're trying to tell people what Jesus' belief is. That's the new red, white, and blue Jesus.
And the unfortunate reality, we have people who are blindly going that way, and then we have people who have their blinders off and know that none of this don't make no good sense and still standing by and saying nothing.
Thank you, Kimber.
All right, you got
I've been waiting for someone to be as outspoken on this. That was a great clip. Mazer. I'll look her up.
You got
it. Name again? The first name again?
Monte Mader.
Monte. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Good talking to you, Herb.
God bless you.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Yeah. I'm gonna frame this right because I don't wanna be insensitive about how I feel viscerally about. So when people can't answer your questions as it relates to religion, what they will do is demonize you or say things like you got the devil in you because you're asking for clarity or asking for additional information. To be told that or to be dismissed that way, then why am I going along with you? And that for me is for all things. If it doesn't make sense, why are we doing this thing? And people get comfortable in their patterns and routines. And as a person who values routine and consistency, when you see those things that you're consistently doing aren't working in your best interest, for me, I don't continue doing that. Now, there are benefits, or at least the roadmap identifies ways to be good human beings in the Bible, I believe. But the do as I say and not as I do don't work for me. So there are churches that are in the greater New Orleans area that I attend. And it's a quite a few that are pastors that I appreciate and that don't give me the ick when I go to those places. But I also have been in spaces that if I feel something's wrong and and spirit tells me exactly, like, there's marital confusion here, there is child hurt here, there is some fiscal uncertainty here. If I feel it, I don't have no bad feelings. I'm not mad at the people. I just can't participate in it. I'm not gonna sit around those things. Same things with jobs. I have taught at quite a few schools. Usually around the second year, I start to see the devilment that's happening in those schools, and I don't stay. Like I gotta go because I don't want to be involved in things that I know are injurious to other people who are unsuspecting. So, yeah, I I don't want to blanket and say that, all churches are doing these things because I know in fact all churches are not. However, in the places that we attend every Sunday, we give our tithes to every Sunday, that you commit yourself to every Sunday. There are some churches that are in the business of having a church, and all while doing things that are so unchristian like. And yeah, once I see it, I can't unsee it. And it feels like I'm working against my better judgment and my better knowledge to keep going and staying in those places when I know people aren't doing right. Like I was talking yesterday at work, at my other work. I got a few other works, but at work I was talking about, my hard line is don't have sex with children and don't have sex with unconscious people or inhibited, like uninhibited people because they've taken something or drank something or whatever. And don't mess over old people. That really, like, don't harm kids, don't harm old people. That's pretty much my hard lines. People who are able bodied and whatever, don't cause them harm either, but specifically don't harm the most vulnerable of us. And with politics and with our votes, we most certainly have been doing damage to people that we're supposed to love. Above all these things is love. And to cause people that and then call yourself a Christian is so hypocritical to me. Some of y'all might be cool with it. I'm not. And I have tried to force myself to be in spaces that I know are not in alignment with how I live my life, and I'm physically ill as a result. So knowing what I know um, about spirit and spirituality, and it's all not framed in the books, in the pages of the Bibles, because to be honest, It's not the Christianity is not the oldest religion. You had to have Judaism before you even got there. But yeah, people are weird, or as Uncle Grayling says, people stupid, and um, people have the right to be stupid. What we have to do is be smarter about who we're dealing with. That's the long and the short of it. You got to be smarter than what you're dealing with, and also that going along to get along, it really doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't bring about the change that people are always yelling about wanting. It does nothing to produce that. So, um, if you have children or people in your lives that are always asking why and you can't answer them, send them to another source. Calling kids or telling kids that they have the devil in them, and telling people that they are bad because they don't agree or you can't explain what it is that you are pushing, is damaging. It really is damaging, and I can apply that to all places. Teachers who don't know the answer to stuff and are afraid to say I don't know are the worst ones, um, because we don't. Nobody knows everything, and that is human, and it's okay. It's okay. Find another way to answer a person's question, or just say I don't know and let it lay. All of that is perfectly fine. But lying, creating stories, selling a bill of goods that is that doesn't build people up, it's not an act of love. That's an act of violence against humanity. Um, Josh says hypocrisy is all a part of the human experience. I think we all have a bit of hypocrisy in us, for sure. Absolutely. No, 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 no. When I speak about stuff, it's not just I'm saying this out. I'm also saying this to me because I definitely have some areas in my life um where I act hypocritically. Yeah. None of this is none of this is uh not applicable to even me. Cause why? I'm people. And sometimes I be stupid too. I try not to be, but even at my best, sometimes I'm stupid too. Sometimes I say stupid things or insensitive things, unkind things. I know that go to the hell thing be sending some of y'all, which is hilarious. But yeah, I'm not always right. I know this, but I can sit with this and say that. A lot of people cannot and won't. And won't say I was wrong. Say I'm sorry. And the arrogance of the fact that you think that you have the authority on any and everything is just silly. It literally is just silly. And definitely people stupid. And on that note, we're going to take this break. You listen to the Front Porch here on WBOK. It's what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Good Friday morning. I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. Fat Tuesday is 200 days away, and this morning, Carnival crews could be in for some sticker shock as city officials consider increasing parade permit fees for the first time in more than 2 decades. During a meeting of the Mayor's Mardi Gras Advisory Council on Thursday, parade leadership was asked to agree on what they can afford to contribute. For years, crews have been paying the same fees from $750 to $1,500. Some potential plans include crews paying more for this year's permits with a later due date and possibly capping the increase after a few years. Any increase in permit fees is likely to trickle down to float riders and crew members. All right, from fees to fines. The city of New Orleans is also saying they're enforcing new consequences for some parade behavior on the route. The council has approved misdemeanor charges and civil fines for anyone found tying ladders together or setting up grills or tents on the route. Those charges come with civil fines of $1,000 for the first offense and double for a second offense. Mississippi leaders are pushing back on the scrutiny surrounding the death investigation of Mississippi teen Nolan Wells. Wells's body was found after he and friends took a boat trip to Horn Island, Mississippi on the 4th of July. His mother reported him missing hours after his friends returned without him. This comes after an independent autopsy resulted in an undetermined cause and manner of death. The local district attorney says yesterday that she's withholding an initial autopsy report until a grand jury can review it. Prominent attorney Ben Crump is representing Wells's family, who says they're trying to learn more about his final moments. I'm Daryl Forgis, and that's your headlines for WBOK. Have a great day.
On Auto Trends with JeffCars.com, here's a snippet of some of what we cover. GPS pioneer Gladys West.
We worked long hours computing trajectory orbits and satellite orbits, trying to get the data and everything correct enough.
Auto analyst Mark Bland.
14 new vehicle deals that happen in this country out of every 100 that women don't have a fingerprint on.
To tune in, check out Auto Trends with JeffCars.com, Saturdays at 4 p.m. on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
Throughout July, Louisiana residents get half off general admission to the National World War II Museum. Take advantage of 50% off and beat the summer heat at New Orleans' #1 attraction. Don't wait. Plan your visit at nationalww2museum.org.
We are the rhythm of the streets.
The flavor in every dish.
The story in every song.
We are New Orleans Tourism and Cultural Foundation.
We help artists build the future of New Orleans.
Because when the culture thrives, our people thrive.
Every note, every brushstroke, every dish is a door opening new possibilities for those who carry our traditions forward. And when we open that door, the whole city moves forward. For New Orleans Tourism and Cultural Foundation, culture is our open door.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. And on the other side of the glass is Jared. I have a new guest. Well, she's not a guest. She's been here before. You know what a refrigerator is. Say hello to Zoe. Good morning, Zoe.
Good morning, everyone.
How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm hot.
Oh yeah.
But I'm okay. I just had a taco. Have you been to Taco Tastic?
Kimba. I love Taco Tastic.
It's I feel like I'm gonna be spending a lot of money there.
Yeah.
We my big sister, newly tenured professor at the Southern University in Baton Rouge. She was just a tenured professor, and we had some pre-celebration last week, and then the next day she got confirmed. So last night we had another sister night out, and we went to yesterday was crazy. I had a lot of stuff going on. I went to a fundraiser for my cousin. I went to get Mari because she went to a ballet class at I don't know, somewhere in the Ninth Ward. And don't slam me because I see the initials. I just can't remember what the words mean right now. And then we went to the Page. There was a drag show last night. And it too was a fundraiser for Southern Decadence. It was a turnabout drag show. And a turnabout is okay. So a drag show is cross-dressing, for lack of a better term. But a turnabout show is cross-dressing. So if you are a man who dresses in drag, you dress as a woman. But a turnabout show, you're a man who dresses in drag as a man.
Oh,
yes. It was really fun, and it was a birthday show as well. Shout out to Milan. Her birthday was yesterday. One of our guests who came on, I think maybe a couple weeks ago. His name is, don't kill me, because Mars Singletary. He's an HIV advocate. He also dressed last night. It was so much fun. And of course, it's a bar, so you know we did. And then made good choices last night. But because we were right down the street and went to Taco Tastic, this is my second time there. The first time was last week, but oh my God.
Isn't just the best.
Oh my God. It don't make no sense how good the food is. And I've only been there twice. But they sold out of all the seafood tacos yesterday.
Oh,
they sold out of all of the seafood anything yesterday. But they had chicken. And
yep.
Girl.
Chicken's good. Do you get the tacos or quesadillas?
I have to get the tacos. I haven't tried the quesadillas yet.
So good.
But I got the peach and the jalapeno and another sauce. I forgot, but because they ran out of pineapple, I wanted that.
Oh, that one's good.
But they had the crema. I don't like the crema. I don't really like cream things. But when I tell you, good to me, God dog. If you don't know where you're going, you're not gonna find it.
Right.
Because I had never been there before. I had never been there. We had gone to St. War last Saturday because one of my oldest and dearest friends, CJ's parent, his grandmother passed. And so, the young people, we're gonna find a way to get together when it's all said and done. But it was all of the young people, like younger sisters and cousins and stuff. So we all went to St. War. Shout out to DJ Rockaway, who played vinyl records. Love me a vinyl record. And he just had it was a vibe. But then it was like, we're gonna go Taco Tastic. I was like, what's that? It was like, you never been? I was like, I don't know that it even exists. Down an alley. Literally down an alley. Not a very well lit alley. I need y'all to fix that. But once you get to inside the place, it smells like a different country. For lack of a better term. I don't even know how else to say that. Jackie Wilmore, it is Taco Tastic. Matter of fact, you know what? I can't show y'all the food because that's I have one taco left. The presentation would be awful. But Yeah, man. When I say good to me,
It's delicious.
my God, it was amazing. Can't wait to go back. Can't wait to have a reason to go back. But before we do that, do you have that clip I sent you, Jared? Want to talk about backhanded compliments, and this is something that you know, them young people, y'all be doing too much. But yeah, I want y'all to listen to this clip, tap in, you know, talk to your homeboy, homegirl, turn to your neighbor, discuss it and tap in with us about this. This is about backhanded compliments from white people. All right.
And then you shake your hands like this, but you keep your fingers together. See? Thank you so much for actually sharing your culture, unlike some people. Like, y'all couldn't just say, oh, thanks for sharing your culture and move about your day. You just had to work that in there. It really does seem to drive y'all absolutely crazy that you don't have access to every single aspect of every culture. Like, I'm just imagining these people visiting a reservation for the first time and expecting to be let into a sweat or ceremony and then just getting super butthurt when they're not allowed. And then the next day, they're going into bingo and at the door they're like, wow, thank you so much for actually letting me in, unlike some people. And the elderly medicine man is over there like, the entitlement.
So, in regard to us sharing cultural things, like, white people really be wanting to know all the stuff. And no, some of us don't know don't know, which I need y'all to tighten up on that. But the entitlement and expectation that I gotta show you, I gotta give you, let them people show you their stuff. Be satisfied with that. But why I gotta show you too? Interesting. So, have you ever experienced that? You've been in a lot more white spaces as a young person. I only lived next door to white people for the first 10 years of my life. The rest of the time I was around us. So have you had experience with, and Zoe, what do you have? Nothing. Have you experienced that before?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a time where I feel like I might have not experienced that against myself personally, but maybe have seen it against another group of people. Like an example that's coming to mind right now is I remember, I mean, this was like middle school, so to be fair, you know, kids are young and dumb. But
yeah.
I remember this white boy being like, oh, you know, me and my family just went to India and it was so clean.
What?
And like he went on and on about how surprised he was at how clean it was and how the people didn't smell. And I remember thinking, why?
Why was that where you went?
Right. Why would that be? And it's not like, I could tell he was saying it as if, like, not to be offensive. He thought he was, I don't know, saying something positive. But really, the implication was a bit negative.
Also, what bothers me about it is the surprise at other people have access to the stuff you have. I mean, listen, once they started teaching us how to read when we was in change, it was over for y'all. Like it was over for y'all. Like once you give me the ability to access information through print, I don't really have to talk to you. So that thing of oh, you're very well spoken. Why are you surprised? What's wrong with you? I should start replying with, you have all your teeth. Oh my God. And you didn't have sex with your sibling. Good job, you. What is that about? Like for real, good job. You didn't have sex with your sister.
Right.
Congratulations. Like, why do we do that? Get ready to put that picture up. Jared has got it. And Jackie Wilmore, you said, what is the location? I am looking for it right now, but it's off of St. Claude. Oh, wait a minute. They got peach cobbler?
Ooh.
Oh no. I gotta go back.
It's behind Hi Ho Lounge. Like it's in the back of a bar.
Right. It's behind Hi Ho Lounge. It doesn't open until like 8:00. It's open till 2. This is the entryway. If you're not looking for this, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss this thing. And literally this is kind of only one of the lights leading down that entire that walkway. But yeah, it's Hi-Ho Lounge. I've never even been in that.
Yeah, I went in there one time.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
I never been in it. That's
Yeah,
not
it's
my
cool.
area. When I pass that, there's a lot of young people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my age group. I don't want to hang with y'all. I love y'all. I want y'all to be safe, but I don't want to hang out with y'all.
Have you ever been in Emporium? That's right there.
No.
Oh,
Why?
Do you like games, like arcade games, like old school?
I do, but I don't know that I want to do that as an adult for real.
Oh, okay.
Like,
does all the whimsy go away at a certain?
No. I'm very whimsical.
Okay.
I'm old. Like, yo, I'm almost 50, and I have children who are adults. I don't want to hang in places that they might stumble through. Like, no, I don't want to do it. Is a taco place a hole in the wall? It is. Literally not much seating, but I tell you, the best doggone tacos that I have had in a long time. And I eat a lot. So y'all know I am really not blowing smoke. I am telling you that, yeah, man, it is some good. Okay, so it's saying now open. I'm looking. Oh, here we go. Jackie Wilmore, right for you. 2239 St. Claude behind the No Dice Lounge.
Oh, it's No Dice.
Yes, the No Dice Lounge. I mean, it smells like another country in there. It is so good. My God. You see the picture? Okay, you see the picture on St. Claude. Yes, there you go. I mean, and it's cool. They're cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole setup is really cute. They assign your name and give you a big playing card, and that's how they know. Like, it's Jack of Spades, Queen of Hearts, that kind of thing. That's how they know that it's your food that you need to pick up. But man, my God,
real good.
It was immaculate. I'm glad I went on a night that the line was not all the way to the street. But low key, I might have stood in it last night because
and they move relatively quickly. I feel like
the line that was there did not last very long. It was okay. It was okay. But yeah, seriously, have you been in spaces where white people just be saying the most random craziness?
Yeah, the speech thing is definitely something. I've heard comments on hair.
And stop trying to touch our hair.
Yeah.
Please. And my please is a pleading and also a warning, because I hit. Don't touch people without permission is crazy. And the idea that you are supposed to let them. I'm not a pet.
Yeah. Odd.
I'm not a pet. I don't really like people that much. And the fact that you're going to step outside and touch me, yeah, you might die that day.
Yeah, very strange.
Very odd behavior. Or what's another thing that they say that's weird? Or when you share places that you've been and they're like how? Like people pocket watching. Like, how can you, like, baby, all of us ain't broke. Just like all y'all ain't rich. Go to hell.
I've seen people talk about being on vacation and staying, in close proximity to white people, and white people trying to get in their business and understand how they're there.
People do that on planes. People do that on planes. Not so much in doctor's offices, but I have experienced the lean into ask and quickly gave the listen. I don't know you. Please go away. But yeah, people are really, really odd. With the idea that if you have it, why can't other people have it? And they do it a lot. But we have some black people that do that too. And y'all get your lives together. 504-582-9422. Hello, Elwin.
Hey, Kim.
What's up?
So what you gonna do this weekend?
Oh dear
Just
God.
explain it.
I have stuff to do that I can't remember right now, but I know I have something to do tomorrow, and I feel like Sunday. But what is it? I don't know. I gotta go to work when I get off the air.
Okay.
What you doing? You watching some concerts?
I'm going with the group. On Mendez Street. We're gonna be watching The Widow. I think it's about two women or two guys. as far as I know about it, they're gonna be one. The wife's gonna die, or the husband gonna die, or one of them two. And it was gonna be two guys trying to get to know their way around without, get their life back together after the wives die.
Okay.
So I think that's what it's all about. It's called A Widow.
Gotcha. No concerts this weekend?
That'll be tomorrow. Now for Sunday, I think after I watch that, I might might have a little concert I want to watch at home. And that'll complete the weekend.
Okay. I'm going to sing tomorrow, I know. That's one thing I know I have to do. One of my teachers from McDonald 35, Mr. W.D. Harris, has become an ancestor. And so the alumni choir is getting together to sing for his memorial service. But I got some other stuff that I'm supposed to do. I just literally can't think of them right now. That's one of the things about perimenopause. Memory is very slippery.
Look, when you get older, your memory comes and goes. I've talked to several friends where I can remember stuff, and sometimes I forget. And it's called getting older.
Yeah, well,
And
we all got to go that way at some point.
My grandmother went through it when she got older, and
there's only one other option besides getting old. Now, I ain't ready for that one.
Well, I ain't ready for that one either. Yeah, I ain't ready. Believe me, I'm not ready for that one. I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ready for that one. But, it comes with age. As you get older, memory kind of fade, but you try to remember everything. Me, I'll try to, that's why I'm exercising and stuff, to keep my mind active, keep everything active so I can, function.
Well, you're doing right. You're doing the right thing.
And besides, I got to exercise anyway because of the surgery I went through. I got to exercise every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go through that anyway. So.
Sound like it's time for a nap, Ellen.
Huh?
It sound like it's time for a nap.
No, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to take this break, okay?
Well, you have a good weekend, Kim.
I will do my best to do that.
Have a good weekend, too.
I will do my best, and I look to hear from you on Monday, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Be sure to call you Monday.
All right. I look forward to it. Talk to you later. Have a good weekend.
All right.
You listen to The Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. Stay tuned, y'all. We'll be here on the other side of the break, and we're going to sing y'all off with a smile.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Get ready for some hot weather, and it is going to stick around. Only looking at a 10% chance for rain today. So highs reaching 91 to 97. We could feel like the triple digits. And then for tonight, only dropping to 75 to 78, some muggy conditions. For tomorrow, 93 to 98. And then by Sunday, we could be talking about heat advisories. And then for Monday, we're talking about some mid to upper 90s heading into next week. For the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Hey, this is D. Riley from the 90s Hits R&B Jams. Make sure you listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday night from 7 until 9 p.m. I'll be giving you the best R&B jams from the 90s. That's right, all your favorites and more. With me, D. Riley, your host of the 90s Hits, right here on WBOK 1230 AM, or listen online at WBOK1230.com. WBOK, the station you listen to longer.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
In nearly 50 years of covering Louisiana's justice system, I have never witnessed the indictment of a sitting state attorney general by an Orleans Parish grand jury or by a grand jury in any other Louisiana parish. That was big news. Then came even bigger news. All of the charges were dropped by the special prosecutor assigned to oversee the case. Former Judge Lori White, the special prosecutor, says she dropped the indictment against State Attorney General Liz Murrill because New Orleans Mayor Helena Moreno and other city officials urged her to do so to ease tensions between the city and state. The mayor offered a peace sign asking Governor Jeff Landry to meet so they could resolve their differences. Landry said no, not until the city gets things in order. Requesting that the AG charges be dropped was another peace sign. Landry still said no, thank you. Landry and Murrill have no interest in being friends with New Orleans leaders. I understand not wanting to be friends with people who you think want you to be put behind bars for 80 years. The circumstances and the players are different, but what we have here is the latest chapter in a long history of the bruising political wars between the state and the city. It's not good for the city or the state. Who knows how this latest drama will play out? What matters is whether this legal grudge match helps citizens who want leaders who will improve their quality of life. Now, this unfortunate drama is damaging our state, our city, our judiciary, and our chances for more economic development. It boils down to this. It's a cartoon with characters bashing each other, and it's not funny. We deserve better. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
This is Andronica Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and still with me is Zoe.
Hey.
And on the other side of the glass is Jared. I hope y'all enjoyed all the brass music that was played today, because I'm telling you, when the camera's off, I'm over here bopping for sure. And that was a cool one to end the day with today's show. And yeah, you got weekend plans?
I am actually going out.
Look at you.
tonight.
To a place or a kickback?
I think to a place, probably to a couple places. We're going to
Okay.
Night Bloom first. Have you been there?
No.
Oh, it's so cute.
What is it?
It's a little bar, also on St. Claude. It's not far from Taco Tastic and the other places we were talking
No, that's for you, kids.
Oh, come on. Come
Zoe,
on.
I am, what, over 20 years older than you are?
That's okay. What? Not for Night Bloom is a little bit more mature.
Is it?
It is. I feel like maybe.
You're 26, 20. I'm 49, Zoe. We low key should not be in the same places unless I'm working. Like if I'm doing a promo, yes, I'm there, right? If I am, or some random time, because my daughter does like me to go places with her. But that wouldn't be no regular occurrence. Listen, I don't know what it was. My grandfather believed that the age mixing shouldn't happen. Matter of fact, my grandfather was in a bar one day. I don't remember the name of it. And my dad walked in. And so he thought he was about to have a drink with his dad. My grandpa paid for that drink and it was like, enjoy your night. No, I'm not sitting there drinking with you. No.
Oh.
I'm not there. I'm not there. I will go at least once. Because like I went to Tree House.
Oh, yes.
I'm too old for it. I mean, it was an experience. It definitely was. I want to say that. But I'm old.
Okay, fair.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I love it. And plus, I don't want to be, because I'm very judgy. It shouldn't be, but I am. I remember what club life was like when I was your age. I was getting married when I was your age. So, yeah, I love to see y'all have a good time, but I don't want to be the old broad in the club with y'all.
Yeah, I get it.
That's like, I've been in parties in college and been like, shouldn't you have graduated by now? You probably shouldn't. Don't you have a wife at home? I don't want people to say
Right.
me. Yeah, so because I judge myself so harshly, I judge others. Well, on that note, y'all, I want to thank you all for giving us 3 hours out of your lives and that you will never get back here on the Front Porch. And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. You want to say goodbye to the people?
Bye, everyone. I hope you enjoy your weekend.
And on the other side of the glass, y'all, is Jared. Remember, too, practice random acts of kindness and do something nice for somebody else because it's a nice thing to do. Be sure to take care of yourselves and each other. And y'all, we're going to see y'all on the flip. Bye.
Bye.